Hello guys, welcome to my YouTube channel. Don't forget to hit the like and subscribe button. Well, basically this channel is about nursing, travel, health, vlogs, beauty and lifestyle. Well, today I'm going to talk about how I relocated from Northern Cyprus to the UK as a registered nurse. I've had lots and lots of questions from people about how I was able to relocate from Cyprus to the UK. So today I'm going to talk about my own personal journey and process, how I processed everything from Cyprus to the UK. Well, to be eligible to work in the United Kingdom as a registered nurse, you need to graduate from a school with a degree in nursing. Once you get your bachelor's in nursing, you need to register with a nursing body, which is the Nursing and Midwifery Council. So you need to be registered with an association before you are eligible. Then the second one is you need to register for IELTS academic. You need to attain a band score of 7 and above. These are basically the two requirements you need to register with the United Kingdom NMC. Concerning the IELTS, most nurses and midwives are complaining that the band score 7 is too high to be attained. So because of that, the UK NMC is having some deliberations about whether we should maintain the score, reduce the score, or find another means of showing English proficiency. Maybe if you schooled in an English country, or your course was taught in English, or your previous employer you worked with was maybe an English institution or something. So there's still some deliberations concerning the band score and how other ways we can use to prove that we can actually speak English. So let's keep our fingers crossed and hope something good comes out of it, because it would actually be a relief if the band score can be reduced a bit so they can favor most people. So after graduation, I got my certificates from the school, which is CIU. I decided to join the NMC in Cyprus, which is the Cyprus Turkish Nurses and Midwives Council. Yeah, I'll need to make another video about the requirements for joining the NMC there too, and how to join it. So once I joined the NMC in Cyprus, I had to just register for my IELTS academic. And when the scores came out, I had a very good score. So I just had to apply straight to the UK NMC. So if you are a nurse and you don't know whether you like to work with kids or you like to work with adults, this is the point where you need to decide. Because before you can join the United Kingdom NMC, there is a point where you need to choose whether you want to be an adult registered nurse or children registered nurse, which is pediatrics. So you need to choose either one of these specialties you want to be registered with. I choose adult nursing. So I'm actually an adult nurse. I'm an adult registered nurse in the United Kingdom. So you need to make a decision at this point before you start the whole process. So now you have gotten your PIN from the NMC Cyprus, you have your IELTS, you start the whole process now. So the first part is the eligibility and qualification. You need to submit your registration with the Cyprus NMC, your PIN and everything, your degree and all that at this point. So the NMC UK will get back to the NMC Cyprus to find out if actually you are a registered member of the council in Cyprus. So at this point, they will send an email. You need to follow up. Go to the Cyprus NMC to notify them that, okay, the UK NMC has sent an email regarding you, so please they should respond to it. And they will do it. They will respond, answer all the questions about you. So after this part, identity is the next thing after eligibility and qualification. You need to submit your passport or a document that shows that, okay, this is the individual who's applying to be a nurse or midwife in the NMC. Then secondly is the character. You need to self-declare of the year of good behavior. And also you need criminal records from countries you have lived in. I have lived in Ghana and Cyprus. So I needed 2 criminal records from Ghana and another one from Cyprus. Then the third one is health. You need to declare that, okay, you don't have any disabilities or you don't have any health conditions that can put you at risk while you are working. So after you have declared that, they will need a medical practitioner to confirm it. So any hospital you go to for services, say you have any doctor who attends to you, you can meet up with a doctor to do this particular part for you, because it was a doctor who attends to me who did this particular part for me. Then it comes to English proficiency. If you have the IELTS or another means of proving your knowledge of English, you upload it over there at this point. Yeah, then it goes through the assessment. So once everything is through, you should get your PIN within 30 days. I waited for, I think, 30 days, finally, before I got my PIN. And when I got my PIN, you know the greatest and sweetest news about it, part about this whole news? There is no CBT or OSCE. You know, normally, when you pass the CBT, you need to go to the United Kingdom to do the OSCE before you can get a full PIN as a registered nurse. There was nothing like that. I just had my PIN straight. No OSCE, no CBT. I was quite shocked. So I went to the nursing NMC website to be actually sure that there's no CBT or OSCE. Let me read what I found at their website. They said if you are a nurse responsible for general care, known as adult nurse in the United Kingdom, or a midwife who has a qualification that meets the European Union requirements for automatic recognition, you'll be able to have your qualification recognized by us and won't need to take a test of competence. My darlings, the test of competence we're talking about is the CBT and the OSCE. Somebody might ask me, what is CBT? CBT is the computer-based test. It's just like writing NCLEX. It is a multi-choice exam. And the OSCE is an exam that shows your clinical skills as a nurse. But that one is done in the United Kingdom. None of these things, I did not go through any of these things. So please, I have some people who are writing CBT and OSCE. I don't know how they are doing their own, and I don't know the process they are using. But ideally, if you trained in Cyprus, you should be exempt from these exams. You should. So that's like the greatest advantage about applying or processing your whole thing from Cyprus. You don't get to write any of these exams. And personally, I do not know of any nurse who has left Cyprus to the United Kingdom direct. Most people I know, they were my seniors. They went back to Zimbabwe and some to Nigeria to go and do the whole process. So I don't know where this OSCE and CBT thing is really coming from, because I wish I knew somebody who applied direct from Cyprus so that I could find out if the person took CBT or OSCE. Because for my set, I am the first person to have left Cyprus to the United Kingdom without any CBT, and I did not go through any CBT or OSCE. To the best of my knowledge, there is nothing like that. So please don't let people discourage you. Me too. At first, I didn't know. I thought maybe I had to go through CBT and OSCE, but there is nothing like that. So we all need to be excited. If there's nothing like that, it's a good news. So now that we have gotten our PIN, the next step is to start looking for jobs. I personally use Track Jobs to look for most of my jobs, but you can go to the NHS Trust, their pages, you can find vacancies and all that. So at this point, you have to tender in lots and lots of applications. If you see any job opportunity that you think you might like or it would suit you, you just apply for it. So yeah, after getting the PIN, the next thing is job hunting. So I started throwing applications left, right, center, and I got lots and lots of interviews. And this is where it gets interesting, the interview aspects, because this is where you need to market yourself to the recruitment, sell yourself. At this point, you need to go back to a little bit of medical nursing, surgical nursing, obstetrics, mental health, public health, your fundamentals. Yeah, I think basically pediatrics, yeah. It depends on the specialty you're actually applying for. You need to go back to a little bit of this and read, because they're going to ask you lots of questions. Lots and lots of questions. Yeah, so you need to come fully prepared and prove to them that, okay, I, for instance, I've never worked before. I don't have a working experience. But I told them that I'm a new graduate. I'm willing to learn if you give me the opportunity. And that is what most people want to see. Somebody who doesn't know but is willing to learn. So you need to market yourself. Sell yourself to them. And trust me, after my first interview, I interviewed today. The next day, tomorrow, I had an email. They have picked me from the job. So you need to put yourself out there and prove to them that, okay, you actually can do it and you want the job. And even in my case, it was easier getting a job because I had a full PIN. I didn't need to go back to do OSCE in the UK. They employ me directly as a fully registered nurse. You know, normally when they recruit people who have to do OSCE, the hospital has to pay to train them, have to pay for the exams and all that. But you coming in already as a registered nurse, they don't spend much on you. because you already have your PIN. You are fully registered with the NMC. You just start working straight forward. So it's actually a bonus if you have your PIN already, like your full PIN already. And another thing, when it comes to this job hunting aspect, some of the hospitals and trusts and all that are willing to sponsor you, like take care of your accommodation, your flights, your IELTS, everything. Some too are not willing to. So at this point, you need to send that in lots, and don't just apply for one and say, okay, I've sent one up. No, you need to apply for lots of jobs, because lots of offers will come. And my dear, there is offer and there is offer. Oh. One offer might come with maybe $10,000. Another one will come with 20,000, 50,000. I'm just using as an example. So you need to tender in. You get your offers, you weigh them, then you choose. I didn't take my first job offer because I didn't like the kind of package it came with. You need to care about the type of offer you are getting and sponsorship, because moving into a new country without financial help is something terrible. I'm telling you. Imagine moving to the United Kingdom. You don't have accommodation. You don't have somebody picking you up from the airport. Transportation. You don't have nothing. The one paying for your flights, your visa fee, your NMC fees, IELTS, everything. Imagine. That's thousands of pounds. So I would advise, most trusts give sponsorship. So try and look out for people who are willing to sponsor you so that it can be a smooth transition from Cyprus when you're moving into the UK. If you want to come to without sponsorship and you feel okay, you can take care of yourself, that is also a very great idea. But personally, I would advise people that they should go in for trust or hospitals who are willing to sponsor them, so that at least when you get in, you can be relaxed a bit without having so much financial pressure on you. Because rent is very expensive in the UK. Rent is expensive compared to what we pay in Cyprus. People will be shouting, oh, I'm paying £500. I'm paying... In the UK, rent is expensive. So you need to take your time to and sort out for who you think can help you. You understand? So after securing the job, the recruitment will send you an offer letter. And in this letter comes your contract, the number of hours you'll be working, a permanent position, or like all these things will be stated in the letter. So you need to read it very well before you append your signature. If there is something you don't like in the contract, you can discuss it with your recruitment to deal with it. So after you get the offer letter, then it comes to, basically this place is full of paperwork. It comes to your references. For instance, I used my lecturers as my referees because I have never worked before. I don't have a previous employer. So if you don't have a previous employer, it is your school you are going to use. So you need to go back to your lecturers who can help you as your referees. Yeah, so after that, it comes to filling of occupational health forms. There's so many paperwork to be done at this point, documents and documentation and all that. So I can't really explain everything on video. When you get to that point, you would know. You just need to get all your documents ready. Anything they ask you for, you submit it to them. So after all the necessary documentation and everything, this is where they send you the COS, which is the certificate of sponsorship. So at this point, you should know if you are getting maintenance or not. As I spoke earlier on maintenance, I mean, if they are sponsoring you, as in they are taking care of your accommodation, your flights, your visa and all those things, it will show maintenance. They are taking care of your maintenance. If they are not, you are sponsoring yourself, it will show us none. You're the one taking care of your own maintenance. So at this point, they send you a COS, which is the certificate of sponsorship. That is when you start your visa process. So you gather all your documents for the embassy and send your COS, your letter, offer letter and everything. Yeah, then basically submit everything to the embassy. Within 15 working days, you should get a response from the embassy, whether you're getting the visa or not. Yeah, I waited for 15 days when I submitted mine. I think their office is at, TLS office is at Merit Hotel, Lefkosha. Yeah, it's in the Merit Hotel building. So I submitted everything there. Within 15 working days, I got my visa. Yeah, and I was on my way to the United Kingdom. And one more thing that can speed up this whole process is You don't need to wait till you are done with school to write the IELTS. You don't need to graduate. I didn't have anybody to guide me in this process. Even if I had known earlier, or somebody told me, I would have written the IELTS in 3rd year or going on to 4th year, because it's valid for 2 years. So I could have written it down and put it down. So when it's just time to start the process, all I need is the Cyprus registration, the NMC. That is all I need, because it will speed up the process for you. You know, IELTS, you need time to prepare. Some take weeks, some take months. It all depends on your strength and capabilities. So assuming you are taking months to prepare for the exam, if it's paper-based too, it will take 14 days before the results come out. All of this is causing a delay in the process. But assuming you are in school, you have written it down already, you have the score. Once you're done with school, you just get your registration with the NMC. You are good to go. So please, I will advise you write this exam while you are in school. At least even if you don't pass for the first time, you have a feel or an idea of how the exam is. You can try again. You might get it this time around. Yeah, so this is the little advice I have for people who want to move from Northern Cyprus to the UK. It's a simple process. You just need to be patient and you are going to make it.